Morning, Peter. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
So, continue with this chapter, lesson number 6, flame and combustion, regarding ignition temperatures. Please, one of you start reading.
I may start the reading. Let me.
Sunraj Maida. Right? Sunraj, is that you? Start with.
Ignition temperature.
And you will not
The
repeat.
lowest temp. What, ma'am?
Not repeat the words. First, you have to stop. You keep on repeating the words, so you will stop repeating the words today. Okay? Did you understand what I
Okay.
said? Like you said, the lowest temperature, again you will say temperature. Don't do that. Okay?
Okay. The lowest temperature at which substance catches fire is called its ignition temperature. We find the we find that a combustible substance cannot catch fire or burn as long as its temperature is lower than its ignition temperature. Have you ever seen cooking
Oil.
have you ever seen cooking oil catching fire when a firing pan is kept for long on a burning stove? Kerosene oil and wood do not catch fire on their own at room temperature. But if kerosene oil is heated a little, it it will catch fire.
Now, regarding the ignition temperature, that is the temperature, lowest temperature at which any substance will catch fire. Right, Beta? Take a paper. You take it near a candle, it will catch fire. So, what I will say, the ignition temperature of the paper is low. And if I take a wood, now that will take some time to catch fire. Do you agree? Boys, do you agree with me or not?
Yes.
Yes. So what we will say that the ignition temperature of paper is lower than the wood. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So what is ignition temperature then, beta? It is the lowest temperature at which any substance or any object will catch fire. Okay? Have you understood about the ignition temperature?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, which substance will catch fire? Only combustible substance or inflammable substance will catch fire. The non-inflammable or non-combustible substance will not catch fire. That we know that, right, beta? Now, any
Yes.
substance, I'm giving heat, I'm giving temperature to any substance. But if I'm not giving the temperature, the ignition temperature, the object will not catch fire. Until unless I give ignition temperature to this object, then and then only that object will be on fire. Is this clear? You are burning it,
Yes.
but it is not reaching its ignition temperature. The object will not burn. You're supplying the heat, you're giving the temperature, but the temperature is not the ignition temperature. Then it will not burn. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. For example, let's take that um, let's talk about kitchen. Mama is cooking food, right? Now
Yeah.
she has taken a vessel, she has put oil, cooking oil, and it so happened that the flame is fast. Okay, because she has to put the tadka. What do you know?
Yes,
Tempering.
ma'am.
That is called as
Tadka.
tempering. Tadka is called as tempering. So she has to warm the oil. She has to heat the oil. But it so happened that she got a phone call or someone is at the door. You understand what I'm saying? She
Yes.
goes to attend the call or to open the door. And in the meantime, she forgets that she has put the oil or the vessel on high flame. Remember that I'm saying high flame. After she comes, that she sees that the vessel is on fire. You know that oil it catches fire when it gets heated too long. Have you ever observed a vessel catching fire?
Yes.
You must not have observed, but it happens. Some accident always happens like that. That if you're allowing the vessel to be heated for long, and if it has got inflammable substances in the form of oil, even the oil can catch fire. Is this clear?
Yes.
Clear, Peter?
Yes.
Okay. Same way, um, kerosene oil. Okay. Now I've kept kerosene oil at home, and even I've got charcoal or coal or wood at home. Do you think that it will catch fire on its own at room temperature? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
No, isn't it? It will not catch fire, isn't it? But if you heat kerosene oil a little, it will catch fire. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? So
Yes.
that means that is its ignition temperature. You give certain temperature. That's what people say. If you see a tanker on the road, inflammable, highly inflammable substance, keep off, keep a distance of 10 meters. Doesn't it? Isn't it written on the back of the tankers, on the behind of the tankers?
Yes,
Keep a distance. Why? Because if something goes wrong, the whole tanker may become like a bomb. It may explode. You understand? And you will be saved. If you are very close to it, even you will meet with an accident. So there's a reason that it's written a highly inflammable substance. Take care. Because if your vehicle, uh, for example, if your vehicle it collides with the tanker will catch fire because your vehicle is hot. It will give energy to the tanker, and the tanker will be on flames. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you know that when we are driving the car becomes hot, isn't it? Because we are using AC, it becomes very hot. That will ignite the inflammable substance. It may reach its ignition temperature.
but if wood is heated a little, it would still not catch fire. Does it mean that ignition temperature of kerosene oil is lower than that of wood? Does it mean that we need to take special care in storing kerosene oil? The following activity shows that heat is essential for a substance to reach ignition temperature to burn.
Now, the second example is we have heated kerosene oil, it catches fire. You agree? Now, we are heating wood. Do you think it will catch fire?
Mothman?
You do not understand what the question that I put forth better. I have said that we heated kerosene oil. It caught fire. Right, beta? Now we are heating wood. Will it catch fire?
No, man.
It will, but after a long time. It will catch fire. Wood catches fire. You know that. Forest fires, you know that. But it will take long time. So what do we say? That the ignition temperature of kerosene oil is less than the wood. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes, all of you understood better?
Yes.
Yes.
So what does that mean? That means we have to take care during usage of kerosene oil. Okay? You have to take care. Otherwise, kerosene oil may cause accident. Read. If you can explain that you can, you are welcome. If you want to explain while reading, you can explain better because I have explained to you already. These are just the repetition or the revision part. If you feel like, then you can continue with it. Okay, better. Start.
Ignition temperature. The minimum temperature at which a substance catches fire and burns is called its ignition temperature. A substance will not catch fire and burn if its temperature is lower than ignition temperature. Different substances have different ignition temperatures. Example, the ignition temperature of kerosene is less than the ignition temperature of wood. Substances which have a very low ignition temperature and can easily catch fire with a flame are called inflammable substances. Example, petrol, alcohol, LPG, CNG,
Priyan,
etc.
Priyan,
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
want you to read like this. Please no. You are just going like a, like a train, how the train moves. Don't do that. It's the same intonation, same type of, like somewhere you have to stress, somewhere it should be high and low, your tone, to make it interesting. Because I'm not able to concentrate on what you are reading, better. If I'm not able to, I don't think the children will be able to follow you. Do you understand what I said just now?
Yes, ma'am.
So your reading should be in such a manner that you will, take the attention of all of us. The way you are ranting away, same speed, and you are hurrying. Why are you rushing, beta? You just want to try to finish it up? No, that is not the purpose.
Yes.
Are you understanding what I'm saying, beta? Here
Yes,
we are doing for understanding, for enjoying the work. Is it clear? No need to hurry.
yes, ma'am.
And and
Okay,
when you
ma'am.
finish one sentence with a note, you should finish. Everything from top to bottom, everything is same. No, it should not be. So can anyone explain what it is all about, or should I carry on?
Yes.
Yes,
So what is ignition temperature? Ignition temperature is the minimum temperature at which any object catches fire. Is this clear? Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, if I take an object, for example, A, B, C, D, any object, X is an object. Now I'm giving temperature, I'm giving heat, right, beta? When will it run? When will it burn? Only when it gets the ignition temperature, then and then only it will burn. But I give the temperature below the ignition temperature, it will never burn. Is this clear?
Yes.
We
Yes.
already know that we have different objects. So all different objects will have different ignition temperature. You follow me? Follow me, beta? Do you follow me what I said just now? And we did the examples of kerosene oil and wood. And what we found, beta? That the ignition temperature of, please put off your mic, that the ignition temperature of kerosene is less than that of wood. You agree?
yes, ma'am. We agree.
Yes.
So we see that the objects which have low ignition temperature can catch fire very soon, very easily.
Easily.
And the flame will come out, right? Whenever it bursts into flames. That's what we say. If anything is on fire, then we say it bursts into flames. Now, when it bursts into flames, these substances are also called as inflammable substances. What are they called as, beta? Inflammable substances. Now, they are combustible also. They burst into flames, so they are called as inflammable substances also. What are the examples? Petrol, alcohol, LPG, CNG, etc. You can see over here. This is LPG, I think you know that. What is this, beta? Which you are using at home, right,
Yes.
beta? This is the gas station, I think. You know that? This is the gas station.
Yes.
Yes. And this is what? CNG. And again, the same question I will put forth. Why the color is green? Why the color is green?
Yes.
Why the vehicle's color is green? Whoever or whichever uh, vehicles are using
Because
CNG, they are painted
the green
green,
color
right?
is of nature and it is natural gas used in this.
Yeah, it is a natural gas, I agree. But why else it is painted green? I need one answer. Why we say
Because
don't
the
be?
color of the nature is green. The green color indicates nature.
You should say pollution free. This is what I wanted to ask you. It is pollution free, or you can say minimum pollution happens or occurs when we are using CNG. Is this understandable? Is this understand? One nature, I understand. Yes, it is natural. But even you should understand that it is pollution free. CNG, LPG, they are pollution free. Okay? That's why they painted green. This is the same uh, slide, but in a different manner. A part of revision, you can say. Please start. Read better.
Okay, ma'am. Ignition temperature. When the clothes of a person catch fire, the person is covered with a blanket to extinguish fire.
Extinguish. What do you say? Extinguish.
Extinguish. Person is covered with a blanket to extinguish fire. The lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire is called its ignition temperature.
Ignition. Say it again.
Ignition.
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 So whenever, for example, there's some accident, for example, a
Hmm.
person catches fire. Okay, his clothes are on fire. The very
Yes.
first thing that we have to do is take a blanket, take a heavy covering, and cover the body of the person who is on fire. Why do we do so, Beta? Can you tell me? Why do we do so? Can anyone tell me? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Why do we do so? Why do we cover the body with the blanket? Why? Can anyone?
because we
Sufyan?
feel cold.
No, wrong. Sufyan? Can you?
Blanket does not catch fire.
Huh? It can control
Blanket.
fire.
Yes.
How? That is what I want to ask you. Give me the reason. Very easy reason it is. Tell me, can anyone give me a reason? It's just one word. What actually the blanket is doing, you should understand. Cutting off what it what air has? Oxygen. What air has?
Oxygen.
Oxygen is must for fire. Yes or
Yes.
no? Now oxygen is obstructed. It is not let in. So we have put a blanket, so it's a cover. Oxygen cannot get
Yes.
entry, and
Oxygen.
so the burning can be stopped. Is this clear? The fire
Yes,
can
ma'am.
be stopped, and the fire can be extinguished. All of you understood, Sahil?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, all of you understood, beta?
Yes.
And we already know that the lowest temperature at which anything burns is called as ignition temperature. See, these are the flames. Can you see this? These are the types of flames you can see here. These are all types of flames. We'll do activity 4. So far we have done activity 3, now we are going to do activity 4.
Make two paper cups by folding a sheet of paper. Pour about 50 ml of water in one of the cups. Heat both the cups separately with a candle. What happens to the empty paper cup? what happens to the paper cup with water? Does what in this cup become hot? What do you observe?
Better you are breaking a lot in between. You're not practicing at all, it seems.
Ma'am, I read.
Who's that?
Hello. Ma'am,
Sahil,
I
is that
did.
you? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Next slide you will read better. Okay. Let me explain this slide.
Okay, ma'am.
Now we take two cups. What are we taking, better? Two cups, right, better? This is one cup, and this is the second cup, right, better? This is a paper cup. This is A, and this is B. A is empty, and B is filled with water. Is this clear?
Yes.
And we are giving flames at the bottom, right? We are giving flames at the bottom. Is this clear? Now you tell me what happens in paper A. I mean A set paper cup which is empty. What will happen? Boys, answer me.
Yes, ma'am.
What will happen in A? The paper cup is what will happen?
It will burn.
Yes, exactly. It will burn. This will burn. Paper A will burn. What about paper B? It
It will not burn.
will not burn. Very good. All of you understood? Paper A will burn, paper
Yes.
B will not burn.
But
Now
water
my
has
second
Yes,
question
ma'am.
is, yes, my second question is, why will it not burn?
but water will heat in the bigger number B.
Okay, fine. So what is happening? When you are heating this, first what is heated? The paper. The paper cup is heated first. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
That the paper is giving the heat to the water which is inside it. Agree?
Yes.
Yes. So what it is doing? It is conducting. Conduction. So which is the process of warming the water inside the water cup? It is the conduction method. Which is the phenomena which is happening? Conduction. Now, who is conducting heat? The paper cup is conducting heat. That's a solid. And that paper cup is giving the heat to the water which is inside. Is this clear? Now the water will start getting
Yes.
heated up. Right, Beta? The water will start getting heated up. Now the water will become heated from here to top, from bottom to top. How? By which method, Beta? Convection method. How? By convection method. Is this clear? The water will become warm completely. It's due to convection. We know that convection happens in water or in liquid stage as well as gaseous state. And convection takes place only in solid state. Is this clear? Is this
Yes.
clear? So the paper will not burn in B. Yes, I have. Read better. Read.
Ma'am, I read the full slide, but my mic was off.
Do it again. That's why I could not hear. I was waiting for you. Do it again better. No one heard
If
you
we, if we
because your
continue
mic was
heating
off.
the
Yeah.
yes, if we
Read better.
continue heating the cup, we can even boil water in the paper cup. Can you think of an explanation for the phenomena? The heat supplied to the paper cup is transferred to water by conduction. So, in the presence of water, the ignition temperature of paper is not reached. Hence, it does not burn.
So all of you got the answer? This
Yes.
is what I taught you earlier. In the earlier set, this is what I taught you. Do you want me to do it again, beta?
Uh,
Hmm? What is this phenomena? First is the paper cup heat is transferred to water. How? By convection. Is this clear? And in the water, paper cup convection, and inside it is convection. You understood now the difference between convection and convection? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Boss, you understood the difference
yes,
between
ma'am.
convection and convection? Convection solid. Convection is in liquid and gaseous. Is this clear? And by convection, the liquid becomes warm. The water becomes warm. And remember that because there is water in the cup and the paper is losing the temperature to the water, so the ignition temperature is not reached. And hence, the paper does not burn because paper is giving the heat to the water. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All of you understood? So it does not burn. Okay?
Uh, inflammable. Ma'am, my mic was. Sorry. The substances which have a very low ignition temperature and can easily catch fire with a flame are called inflammable substances. Example: petrol, alcohol, liquefied petroleum gas, etc.
The objects, put off your mind, the objects which have the minimum or lowest ignition temperature, they burn very fast. And hence they are called as, they burst into flames. So it is called as inflammable substances. I just told you that on tankers you can see that fire symbol and they said that keep away this much distances, right? So those substances will catch fire very fast because the ignition temperature is very low. Clear? Clear, beta? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
What are the examples, beta? They are petrol, alcohol, LPG, CNG, etc. See this? This is the flame. That is what you are using at home. Right, beta? Gas stove. Now we'll see what are the conditions which are very important for burning or for combustion. Let's see one by one. Start, beta.
Yes, ma'am. Condition necessary for combustion. The condition necessary for combustion are fuel, air so to supply oxygen. Number three, heat to raise the temperature beyond the ignition temperature. A substance will not burn without one or more of these conditions.
Conditions. Now we'll see one by one what are the factors which are a must, which are important for burning. First one is fuel, the object which burns. That is required, without which you cannot burn anything. Second, presence of air. Why? So that oxygen will be supplied and the burning will be continued. Third, the temperature, the heat. In short, we can call it as ignition temperature. We have to give? The ignition temperature for the fuel to burn. These are the three important factors for the burning process. The substance will not burn, remember that. If you remove any of this, one, two, three, if any of this is missing, it will be one or two, the object will not burn. Clear? It's clear?
Yes, ma'am, clear. Requirements to start a fire. You have learned that three are
Don't
three
rush
essential
side
requirements.
slowly. Slowly.
Okay, ma'am. You have learned that there are three essential requirements for producing fire. Can you list these requirements? These are fuel, air to supply oxygen, and heat to raise the temperature of the fuel beyond the ignition temperature. Fire can be controlled by removing one or more of these requirements. The job to the job of a fire extinguisher is to cut off the supply of air or to bring down the temperature of the fuel or both. Notice that the fuel in most cases cannot be eliminated if for assistant a building catches fire. The whole building is the fuel.
What have we learned so far? That fuel is important, presence of air is important, and thirdly, the ignition temperature is important for anything to burn. Is it clear? Is it clear? So what are these? They are fuel, air, and heat. That is the ignition temperature. Right, beta? Is this clear? These three are very important for anything to burn. Now, how do you control fire? You can have a control over fire when we remove one of them. Either you take out fuel, or you remove air, or you remove heat. Your fire can be controlled. What is a fire brigade does, beta? What does a fire brigade do? The fire extinguisher. What do they do? They cut off the supply of air. How? When they throw water on a burning house, on a monument which is burning, what this water is doing? The water, when comes in contact with fire, it evaporates, isn't it? It becomes steam. So, in the environment, in the surrounding, you get a blanket of water vapor, right, beta? And this water vapor is not allowing the entry of oxygen, which is present in the air. So, it becomes a blanket. It makes a blanket around that monument or the building. So it's cutting off the oxygen from the air, cutting off the supply of oxygen from the air. So it is controlling the fire. Secondly, when you are putting water on the building which is on fire, you are bringing down the temperature of that building. Is this clear? Hello, is this clear? So in two
Yes.
ways you are controlling fire. One way you are bringing down the temperature below ignition temperature, and secondly you are making a blanket of water vapor around the building, so cutting off the supply of oxygen from the environment. These are the two ways by which you can have a control over fire in no time. Any problem?
No.
Any problem, better? Now you can see over here the fire triangle that we talk about. For the presence of fire, what is requirement? One is oxygen, that is what we read. Second is fuel, and the third one is ignition temperature. When these three are present, then only the fire will occur, otherwise it will not. Okay? Okay, beta? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
So how do we control fire? Same thing, the same thing, but there's
How do
one.
we control fire? The conditions necessary for producing fire are fuel, air supply, heat.
Again, you're reading that way, beta. I told you how many times.
Ma'am, I don't have to read.
No, you read, but don't read it that way, the way you are reading.
Okay. Fire can be controlled by removing any one of or more of these conditions. The fire extinguisher cut off the supply of air to bring down the temperature of the fuel or both and controls the fire.
So we have already done this. So this is a part of revision. Fuel, air and heat. So fuel, air and heat is a must for fire. Now how do we control it? Remove one or any one or more than one factors, you can have a control over fire. So what is a fire extinguisher doing? It is cutting off the supply of air. What it is doing, beta? Cutting the supply of the air and it controls the fire. Now, what is this? This is the fire extinguisher. What is this, beta? What is it? Hello.
It is a fire extinguisher.
Yes, it is fire extinguisher. And see how it works.
And,
How it works.
and in the fire extinguisher, there is a red ice or carbon dioxide.
Yes. This is forest fire. Can you see this?
Yes,
And the fire brigade people are trying to control the fire by putting water into it.
when a fire brigade arrives, what does it do? It pours water on the fire. Water cools the combustible material so that its temperature is brought below its ignition temperature. This prevents the fire from spreading water vapors. Also surround the combustible materials, helping in cutting off the supply of air. So the fire is extinguished.
So can you explain? I've already explained that to you. Now also you read the same thing. Now can you say in one line what exactly you learned from this slide? Can you explain? Can you explain, Vita?
No man.
No. I mean, I taught you just now that when the fire brigade comes to a place where the fire is on, it pours water. Isn't what it is doing? It pours water. Where? On the fire. That's the first thing it does, the fire brigade, isn't it? What is water doing? Water is cooling down. The first thing it does is cools down the fuel, that is the combustible material. So what happens? The temperature comes down below the ignition temperature. Is this clear? So the fire does not spread. Okay, beta? Second is what is formed? Water vapor. The second thing is the first thing is the cooling, and second is water vapor formation. Now that is making a blanket around the fuel, that is the burning monument or burning house. So what it is doing? It is cutting off the supply of air. The blanket of water vapor is cutting the supply of air. Is this clear? And the fire is extinguished. Fire is under control. Any problem, Peter? Any problem?
No problem.
Just check the time, Peter.
It's
Yes,
10.
it is.
It's
10:56.
no 10:57.
So I think now we can stop it.
Okay, ma'am.
I hope we will do the revision again and understand it properly,
Yes.
or otherwise you can ask me later when we meet again. Okay, Peter?
Okay, ma'am.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye. Have a nice day. Take care.